I head on this hour of SportsCenter. Late season drama going down to the wire. What to expect from Sunday's showdown between the Warriors and Grizzlies that will shape the West's play-in tournament. Plus, the doors open for the Lakers to avoid the play-in, what they will need in order to jump up and secure that 6th seed. And how Trey Lance's experience or lack thereof in college could wind up helping him adjust to the NFL as the Niners open rookie camp today. SportsCenter continues now with Hannah Storm and Jay Harris feeling and loving the impact of the play-in tournament.
I love that. So much is going down to the wire, all the way down to the final day of the season on Sunday. Now, the Wizards can clinch a playoff spot tonight, so that's something to look out for. But meanwhile, a check of the West, which is, so interesting. Kings and Grizzlies, as the Kings hoping to avoid elimination in this one. Luke Walton and company against Ja Morant and the Grizz, who are up by 1 in the early going. Kyle Anderson up to Ja, and Ja throws it down. Couple of looks at this one. Wow. 37 seconds left. Still a 1-point game. Ja, pick and roll. No look to Brandon Clark for the alley-oop. Oh, that's a beauty. His 4th assist of the first quarter alone. 3rd quarter, Jonas Valanciunas on the drive. Valanciunas with a slam. Another look, and check out the beard. It's kind of like, waving in the wind.
Yes, it is.
In the slow-mo, it's kind of funny. All right, 1-point game. Davis, step back, 3, boom. Kings take the lead by 2. Davis wide open. Another 3. This time, Kings up by 5. And then, Chimezie Metu. He gets a 3. Everybody's got a 3. That's 3 straight. It's 99-91. But then Dylan Brooks wide open. That cuts the lead to 4. And then Brooks finding Brandon Clark. Clark gets the floater to fall. Now it's a 2-point game. Justin James gets it. James is going to do it as well, bearing a 3, a career high 31 off the bench. Then Brooks finds a wide open Anderson in the corner. What does he do? What everybody else is doing? Knocking down a 3, and Valanciunas on the block bullies his way to the basket, and the foul, makes the free throw, puts the Grizz up by 2, and Morant outlet to Brooks. Brooks, layup, finishes with 30 on the night. It's 114-110. The Grizzlies go on to win by 6, and the Kings, valiant effort there in that final game. They're done for the season. So the Grizzlies pull into a virtual tie with the Warriors for that coveted 8th seed. You get 2 chances to make the playoffs. They are in the 7-8. They each have 2 games left. All that really matters is Sunday. The winner of their matchup on Sunday gets the 8th seed. That is it. The loser has to be in 9th spot. They'll have to win twice to make the playoffs. That game, it's all going to come down to it at 3:30 Eastern on Sunday. And Kendrick Perkins is back with us to talk about it. Such a huge difference between that 8th and that 9th seed in terms of the path to make the playoffs. Warriors are one of the hottest teams in the NBA, Perk. Steph Curry is in a stretch unlike we have seen in his incredible career. Who do you see coming out on top on Sunday?
Hey, Hannah, look, it's hard for me to go against that light-skinned brother with the green eyes down there in the Bay Area. But I'm going with the Memphis Grizzlies.
All right.
I'm going with the Memphis Grizzlies. Why? Because they have a better personnel across the board. When you look at Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks, they're one of the best, one of the most underrated backcourts in the NBA. And then you have a guy like Brandon Clark who comes in off the bench and provides a spark. Jaren Jackson Jr., who's another bright young stud. And then they have big Jonas Valanciunas down low. He's a walking double-double. And then you have Kyle Anderson, a guy who could possibly be up for most improved player. He's not going to win it, but that's how good he's been playing and how good he's been for them. They're resilient. They don't back down from no one. And across the board, they just have a better personnel than the Golden State Warriors. That's why I give the Memphis Grizzlies the edge on Sunday.
All right. Well, we will see. I will say that tonight's game against the Pelicans for the Warriors, that's pretty meaningless. And also, Steph and Draymond didn't practice yesterday. They might have some rest here going into this play-in situation. Perk, hang tight. We're going to talk Lakers coming up.
Hannah, Devin Booker stepped up and dropped 2 free throws with less than 3 seconds to go, giving the Phoenix Suns a 118-117 win over the Portland Trailblazers. Chris Paul had a team-high 26 points on 11 of 14 shooting as the Suns climbed to within a game of Utah for the top seed in the West with 2 games remaining. So the Blazers do have the tiebreaker over the Lakers, but it's now a lot closer. Just a half game between the two teams, and Dallas sitting just a half game above them. The Lakers close out the season with the Pacers and Pelicans. The Blazers get Denver in their last game, and Dallas finishes up against Toronto and Minnesota. Let's bring Perk back in. Perk, the Lakers need to go 2-0 tomorrow and Sunday and need a Trailblazers loss in order to avoid the play-in. So what's going to happen? You think they're going to get the 6th seed?
You know what, Jay? To be honest, I think the Lakers don't even give a damn what they get, as long as they get in. And here's why. They've been watching the teams in the Western Conference, and they look shaky. And I said this earlier, like the Lakers right now, they don't fear anyone. They have the best defensive team in the league. And to me, it don't matter if they're in the 6th spot or they're in the 7th spot playing in the play-in. They will win a game to get them into the playoff spot. But I think these games are more meaningful for LeBron James, getting his rhythm, getting that game repetition, being able to get down and get back into the flow of things, and just get a couple games under his belt to help him, whether they're playing in the play-in or the playoffs. So it's all about their reps and repetition for LeBron James more so than their seeding.
Real quick, Perk, if the Lakers are healthy, you like them to repeat?
Absolutely. I tell you that. Look, Anthony Davis and LeBron James is the best duo since Kobe and Shaq. And no one in the Western Conference have an answer for Anthony Marshawn Davis. No one. No one. Healthy, he's the best big in the game today, and it's not even a debate. So even with an 80% Anthony Davis and an 80% LeBron James, I'm still taking them to come out of the Western Conference.
Kendrick Perkins breaking it down. Thank you, Perk. Check this out. Grizzlies and Kings. Jonas Valanciunas faking the 3 through traffic and one-handed. The bench loving it. Throwing it down over Damian Jones. Like, I got you on the fake. Going to the rack, kid. 24 points, 13 boards. More Grizzlies throwdowns a little later. Bulls and Raptors. Kobe White in transition. Posterizing Stanley Johnson in the process. Kobe White with purpose, 17 points, 10 assists, and that poster of Stanley Johnson and Bulls, they get the win. All right, back to the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, the inbounds, and he dunks it over Maurice Harkless because that's just what Ja does. Look how high he is.
Highlight machine.
Yes, he had 12 points. Grizzlies get the 6-point win. Man, Thursday throwdowns just for you.
Remember the way, Jay, that the announcer at the Garden used to say it? Patrick Ewing.
Yes.
Those were the days. Julius Randle and company bringing back the excitement, and in no small measure to their new head coach this season. Tom Thibodeau, Coach of the Year favorite. R.J. Barrett knocking it down just like he did at Duke from the corner, just over 6 minutes. Julius Randle, most improved player in the NBA this season. Spurs staying in it. DeMar DeRozan layup through contact, and the foul made the free throw, tied the game at 90. And here goes Barrett kicking it to a wide open Alec Burks. He drills the 3. 30 points off the bench. Randall, pull-up jumper. Sweet moment there. After the game, he finishes with 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 dimes as New York goes on to win 102-98. So the teams that still have a path to that number 4 seed, Hawks can get there Sunday with a win over the Rockets. The Knicks losing one of their final 2 games. That's what they would need. Now, what about the Miami Heat? They need to win their last 2, and the Hawks would have to lose their final game. And the Knicks would need to win their last 2, and Miami would need to lose one of the final 2. And I know you've got all of that and committed that to memory. Don't worry, we have you. There was once a time when Madison Square Garden was the place to be. The Knicks were perennial playoff contenders. The courtside seats were filled with celebrities, and the Garden was defended with grit. But in recent times, the franchise, which occupies the same borough as NBA headquarters, has faded from relevancy. until this year, when the tough-minded Tom Thibodeau took over, bringing along former MVP Derrick Rose, developing Julian Randle into the face of the franchise, and helping RJ Barrett blossom as a pro. The Knicks are back, much to the delight of one longtime fan.
The New York Knicks knocking on the door.
They play tough, they play physical.
They've kind of revamped the whole system.
This isn't just like lightning in a bottle. They've turned themselves into a really good basketball team.